Hello, I'm Angela Hardy, kinesiologist, trainer and NLP practitioner at Cloud9. Today I want to talk to you about something that was really influential and meaningful for me in terms of measuring success. I've been wanting to get into the flow of my life more, specifically the flow of my business life more. And I set myself a goal to do that about 1.5 years ago, because I always felt as though I was sort of pushing, wading upstream, and that I wasn't in the flow of my life in the sort of esoteric way that they speak of, where you intend for something to happen and allow it to come to you, just do the work step by step and allow this thing to happen in your life. And I really wanted more of that. I wanted more allowing things to come into my life and less pushing, which was my technique, you know, to make things happen. And so understand that what I'm talking about here is not the difference between sitting on your bum doing nothing and hoping that the universe will deliver, or driving forward like a steam engine. What I'm talking about is doing a daily task in the pleasure and the presence of that task, and allowing the outcome to evolve into the goal that you want it to be. And so I learned two very, very valuable lessons, and they are my secrets really of creating success. And I'm going to share those secrets with you. And so getting in the flow of success, what really does it mean? So for me, I think that what I never really understood about goal setting was how to set a goal that I was really passionate about and really energized by and really keen to create, that didn't also create emotional angst for me. So I would set this goal that was fantastic, and I was really keen and very passionate about it and really interested in it for my business life in particular. And I would find that because I'm an instant gratification girl, the moment I had set that goal, there was this emotional anxiety to reach the goal. Now, some people will tell you that's a good thing, because that's the drive that you need to reach the goal. But I can tell you that when you have too much emotional anxiety to reach a goal, it actually de-energizes you towards that goal. And it makes the goal less attractive. So what you really want to do when you're creating a goal is to create something that really excites your passion. And once you've created a goal that excites your passion, you need to be able to maintain this passion and energy towards the goal. And if you're feeling anxious because you set the goal for whatever period in the future, and you're anxious that you're not at that goal immediately, then you're defeating the purpose. So this is me, right? I set the goal for the future and I allow myself to become anxious that I'm not already there. And as I'm anxious that I'm not already there, each job and each task that I do towards getting to the goal is riddled with this anxious feeling that I'm not already at the goal. I've got to do this, I've got to do it now. I'm not at the goal. Oh, the goal's freaking me out a little bit. So I don't want to do that anymore with my life. What I want for my life is that I can set the goal and be in the flow and arrive at that goal with pleasure and with passion and with energy and with excitement. And so I realized about, 6 months or so ago, that what I was missing was this understanding that actually if I set a goal, the goal can take care of itself. Now this was an interesting concept for me because I'm sort of a clinger. You know, I cling on to what I have to do, and I cling on to doing it, and I hold it so tight and I work it so hard that it loses some of its pleasure. And so realizing that if I could just set a goal, put it out there, and know that when I do a task today, in comfort, in pleasure, in presence of that task, the goal will take care of itself. That actually this clinging so tightly to the outcome and holding on so tightly to what I need to do to get there is disturbing my ability to be in pleasure in the task that I have to do in this moment to get there. So I had an experience where I learned that I needed to stop worrying about the goal itself, actually. And by no longer worrying about the goal itself, I could take the steps towards the goal in a present frame of mind where I was in my passion and in my energy and doing that particular task with the zone, really. And that was a really big learning for me. And subsequent to that, I learned something that was even more valuable to me, I think, as a kind of a continuation of that understanding. And that learning is that when I set a goal for my business life, I tended to have a very narrow focus on what success would be in that goal. And I realized from various experiences that I had in between that when I do other things in my life, other things that I'm passionate about, I've got lots of things that I'm passionate about. I play a lot of badminton, which I absolutely adore. And so let's take that for example. When I play badminton and I have a goal for my badminton, I've got a very, very broad measurement of what success is in that sport. And I realized that my very broad measurement of what success is in that sport includes pitching up, includes doing the best I can every time I play. And sometimes the best I can is actually not playing that well. You know, if I'm playing with people who are much weaker than me, sometimes the best I can is to give them a game as opposed to, you know, play brilliantly and not give them a chance. So doing the best I can in the right circumstances, enjoying that experience every time I play, and I really do enjoy it every time I play, and that is success for me. To be there and to be loving it, that is success for me. To practice and to get better, that is success for me, and I love practicing and getting better. So I don't have to be the best player. While I'm practicing and getting better, that is pleasure and success in its own right. And so, you know, the end result of that might be that I'll be able to beat somebody that I couldn't beat before, and that'll be success too. But the actual practicing and getting better, that is success in its own right. So, you know, and then there's the doing the best I can. Did I say that? Doing the best I can really is important to me. I never give up, and I don't like giving up. And so that's wonderful. And, you know, winning, who doesn't love winning, right? But the truth is that I don't win every time. And if I really play well and fulfill all of these other aspects, I'm still successful whether I win or lose. So sometimes you don't win. Sometimes you're not the best player. And sometimes you are. And when you are the best player and you fulfill all these other aspects, then you go from having a wonderful time to having an absolutely fantastic time. And, you know, it's wonderful. So I realized that what I needed to do with my business life was have, again, a much broader measurement of what success is in my business life. And so taking my idea of what is success in my business life, this very narrow focus of, let's say success is a certain amount of income from that particular project, or success is a certain amount of through flow in my business from that particular project. And having that very narrow definition of what is success, and now broadening that definition to say, well, if I'm in passion in the stuff that I'm doing every time, if I'm loving the work that I'm doing, if I'm loving the interaction that I have with my clients or my staff, if I'm loving everything about the project, if I'm sitting in pleasure doing a task that will take me towards my goal, and present in that moment in my life, because this is the only moment of my life, is this moment that is in the present. So if I'm living my life in this perfect presence, my goal will take care of itself. And learning to have the faith that my goal will take care of itself, and learning to broaden my understanding of what is success for me within that daily task of achieving my outcome, has really made a magnificent and magical difference in my life and in this ability to be in the flow of my life. And so now that I'm in the flow of my life, the universe can support that flow, because there's not all this other emotional charge going on around that the universe finds it hard to deal with. So if you are into this whole idea that the universe supports a passion, and the universe supports an action, and that it then presents to you in your life what it is you need, and you've been battling with how to get the universe to present into your life what you need, you know, in the style of the Whole Secret book, then I think that you're going to find that if you can apply these principles of allowing the goal to take care of itself, and having a very broad definition of what success is in relation to your daily activity in terms of reaching that goal, then you're going to find that you're more in the flow. And I certainly found that it's put me much more in the flow of my life, and it has created much more opportunity and far more things coming into my life just naturally and very easily in order to support the goals that I'm trying to achieve right now. So I hope that this video has helped you and has been an inspiration to you in some way. I do various retreats, which if you're interested in looking at, please visit my website, which will be presented at the end of this. And if you love this video and you'd like to pass it on to somebody, please feel free. I'd love you to share alike. And anytime that you'd like to come to any of my free talks, which I do on occasion, please feel free to join us. If you go onto my website, again, you'll find a link to the free talks and dates and so on, so you can come and book and come and join us for one of my free talks anytime. Any other time you want to be doing some kinesiology or some life coaching or any of that kind of thing, I am available. So give us a call, we'd love to hear from you. Thanks very much. Have a beautiful, beautiful day.